if you had an option to back in time, hello, it's Maginpanic here. Today I'm gonna create Q&A based on the questions you asked on my Instagram, and if that form of content will be cool for you, if you will enjoy it, I would love to create more. So now there will be a little leap of faith for me to pick the spot that will be right there. Hopefully I will not die. And here we go. When you will make anime? Well, actually, if I will check my Instagram, I've got like 3 posts that was not anime on the line, so the next one will be anime. Which programs do you use for animations and drawings? So mostly I'm using ToonBoom, and it's because the most companies are using ToonBoom. It's pretty expensive, but if you are a student, it's okay, and if you have a serious job in ToonBoom, then you can afford it easily. Okay, let's go. Do you ever use CC Animate instead of ToonBoom? ToonBoom is expensive. Yes, it's expensive, but as I said, you can deal with it. And also you have like trials for each of 3 versions, so in total you can have like almost 2 months of ToonBoom learning it and get a job. And I want to create that situation where after watching my tutorials you will be able to use the free version and jump straight into the industry. And I need more of you to support me to create those videos. What size is your tablet? Dumb question. There are no dumb questions, okay? It is difficult to work on. So it's Wacom Cintiq 13 HD. It might look small, but it's the same resolution as the 21-inch one, so for me it doesn't matter. I was working on both, and because I love mobility, it really doesn't matter for me. It's pretty much the same, right? It really doesn't matter. Hi, I would love to know how you plan out your awesome FX animations. I would love to try, but I find it hard to start. So it's almost always that thing when someone sparks in my head and I'm not planning it at all. When I'm sitting at the computer, I'm usually know what and how I'm gonna do it. That's how my brain works, okay? And I know it's difficult to start, but that's why I created 2 videos already on YouTube. So if you will jump straight on those videos, that would be a good start. And I want to create more that kind of content for people like you. Do you follow some of your fans on IG? Yes, I do, but I'm really picky, you know? There's something in the content have to spark in my head and catch my eye. And if after that there will be no content, I will more likely unfollow people. I love to support everyone, but it's only one of me and tons of you. I love to do it, and I love engage with you, love giving you motivation and inspiration under your posts, give your feedback, but you have to work really hard, you know? And I will support that hard work, not necessarily the outcome and posts that you will post, if you know what I mean. The work matters, not the result, alright? Can you do in ToonBoom everything that can be done in After Effects? Of course not. But I love to challenge myself and do things even if they are like so useless and so ridiculous, because after I'm doing something it triggers something in my brain, and it always leads me to something. So even if I spend like 4 hours while in After Effects it's like 10 minutes, it's still worth it, okay? I believe in that. Why your animations are so awesome, are they? Thank you so much, I'm trying my best, but there are definitely more people more talented than me, but I'm trying so hard and I'm super consistent, and I believe with that consistency I'm just outworking everyone else, if that makes sense. Hopefully. Where do you learn animation FX rigging? Any tips for beginners like inspiration? There will be a little tip at the end of this video, and I will create entire video describing my path, how I started in a while. But shortly, because I taught myself the software, I literally bought a student version for a year and I taught myself the software very well, so I get a job as a rigger. And while I was in the company, in the industry, while I was there, let me go like there, I was learning animation, and I found out that I can't draw very well. Well, I knew that, but it started to be so necessarily to draw well, like the human body and that kind of stuff. And I found it difficult and more cool to create just special effects, and I created a lot of them. I almost died. I created a lot of them at home after work, and I found out it's a way more interesting and I'm enjoying it a way more. So after like 2 or 3 years of constantly doing it, I started doing just that, and nothing else ever matters to me from that point. And I'm trying to hold that very, very strong, you know? That's so important for me. Marry me, please. I freaking love your animation. I appreciate that so much, but I think it's impossible. I'm sorry. Can you do a different animation for Guess That Char? So that Bill Cipher animation was the moment when I wanted to create something different, but I want to stay around what I created and stay consistent with the content, and I want to keep that over and over. So probably not, but sometimes, as the Bill Cipher is the example, I will create something a little different and more ambitious. That's the good word. How do you come with the name Maginpanic? So I believe that was at school when I was creating more graffiti things, and because I loved the character Magneto, I was drawing on papers Magneto everywhere, and at some point I just didn't want it to do that anymore, and I saw someone adding that in panic somewhere, and I kind of steal that. And I added the first mag to that in panic thing, and that's how the Maginpanic turns out. And I believe it's cool because it's kind of unique. If I would stay with Magneto, that would be tricky if someone will type Magneto on Google, you know? So I kind of subconsciously searched for something unique, and Maginpanic was definitely that unique thing. And that was my friend that added that in panic, and hopefully he's not mad at me, okay? Do you have any other talents aside from animation? So as I said, I love skateboarding. I'm doing it for like 13 years, so that's definitely a thing. If you had an option to back in time, which year are you going back and why? PS, love your animations. I would not do it because I would be a little scary of not having a kid right now. if something will went wrong or something bad could happen. If I could do something, I would totally erase entire 2013 from my memory, but don't ask me why. I had some dark things going on in there. Okay. Were you nervous? The first time you submitted a demo reel, you said yourself thought, whoa. Thank you so much. We are all nervous at the first time of doing everything in our life, and especially if you are a bit longer in the industry, you have to know that people will say no or even not watch your demo reel because it's a lot of submissions. So yes, I was, but after like couple tries and realizing what actually is going on, it just stopped. I stopped care about it. I just sent, and I was just happy if I had any message back. Alright? Hey, I am a ballet dancer and at the same time cartoon animator, and I can't say how important it is to know your body, how your body moves, as much as you can. I want to get back in time with you and back to the first time when I get to the series company and they told me when I was practicing to create a bouncing ball and that little piece of grass that's waving on the wind or in water. And I said to myself that I came here to create cool things, not bouncing balls. And after a couple of years I realized how wrong I was about it, and right now I'm asking myself why actually that happened, because it shouldn't. Right now I know that you have to know how things moves before you will make animation. Let's go back to that dancing, actually ballet dancing, you know? Everyone wants to create acting or some kind of acting shots, and you can't do acting without understanding how your body moves. That's why I'm always trying to say to you to record every shot that you are trying to animate, record by yourself, record yourself, and try to do those things. Kind of stylize it to cartoon obviously, but record it, feel the movement, the timing, everything. And if I can recommend you something, go and sign for like a dance class once or twice and record that. Actually, if you can do that, you can obviously dance by yourself and do some movement. You can always do other things like skateboarding, sports, but with dancing I've noticed that little piece which is the beat, the music, and you are dancing to the music, you counting time obviously, and with doing that you understand the time with the movement a little more than in any other way. You have to do the move in time, so that dancing thing, wow. If you are a ballet dancer and you are making cartoon and you have a good balance between those two things, it's just perfect. I can't say how perfect it is. And if you are creating any scene, if it's possible, please record that scene, record yourself acting like this character before you will sit down to computer and animating this thing for you. Hopefully you liked that content, and ask more questions if you want on the description. I will answer in next video. I will also ask more on Instagram. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me, and see you.